This was supposed to be just another day in the office, or morgue in my case. By that time I had already worked for 4 months in a morgue as a coroner, and this was one of the first chilling cases I had to investigate. You don't expect the day to start with 2 bodies in the kitchen, but in the morgue you learn early death has a twisted sense of humor. I guess this is one of the few jobs where you can see the other side of life, what people are really capable of doing, something that remains hidden from the eyes of regular citizens. This stuff doesn't end up in fancy news reports or documentaries, just everyday life, things that are not too good for wider audience, yet still sending chills down your spine. So here's today's story. 2 women, both in their late 30s, arrived together from the same apartment. Upper torsos soaked in blood, deep cuts through chest, abdomen, hands, even scalp. One had 27 stab wounds, the other had 30. Most of the wounds were erratic, angled downward or lateral, consistent with a close quarters struggle. Blade depth varied from shallow slashes along the forearms to punctures 4 to 12 centimeters deep, breaching soft tissue and hitting vital organs. One stab to the right upper abdomen pierced the liver and nicked the inferior vena cava. That alone would have been fatal within minutes. Edges of the wounds were irregular, not clean, typical of kitchen knives not designed for precision. Some cuts showed hesitation marks, others tore through cartilage and bone. What struck most was the pattern, not strategic, not methodical, just raw, sustained violence. At first glance we assumed a double homicide, maybe a third person with a grudge and a knife. But something didn't sit right. The wounds told a story before the police ever did. There was rage here, messy, personal. You don't aim for the head unless it's emotional. You don't stab the hands unless someone's trying to block you. Both of them had lacerated knuckles, defensive wounds. Both had punctured lungs, severed livers, their stomachs hit, but neither tried to run. That's what got us. The wounds suggested they died centimeters apart, almost in an embrace, and with a very small difference in time one from another, and they never let go of the knives. Toxicology was clean, no drugs, no alcohol, no outside DNA. The irony? It happened in the kitchen, the most ordinary place in any home. 2 women with kitchen knives, tearing each other apart over something that wouldn't matter in 2 years. Turns out the husband of one of the women had been living a second life with the other woman. His wife tracked him down, let herself into the apartment. She didn't knock. She found them, together, and it exploded. We couldn't tell who grabbed the knife first. The wounds were made on a too short period of time. Police believe it was a shouting match that turned physical fast. 2 women, too furious to stop, too proud to walk away. They both struck, then again and again, holding each other in anger, maybe heartbreak, and never letting go. When the husband ran out, both were still alive. When police arrived, they weren't. We pieced the story together not from witnesses, but from their wounds. One woman stabbed through the diaphragm, another with knife tracks across the forearm, layered like scars over scars. Each blow showed hesitation, then follow-through. The man never came back to the apartment, moved out of the city within weeks. His name never made the papers, just 2 women, dead, over someone who wasn't worth the rent he left unpaid. This wasn't some dramatic from the Victorian books love triangle, no grand betrayal, just lies, egos and bad timing. As a coroner, I don't chase suspects, I chase truth. And the dead? They don't lie. Their stories are in the angles of a blade, the bruises left behind, the silence between heartbeats. Some stories stay untold. Too many stories, actually. Some better left untold. Some cut their way to the surface. If you want to hear more stories the living can tell, subscribe.